Days of delay,
which quickly prompted the closure of the road and an investigation that ensued.
The site of a death on the job in North Miami. After a big rig topples in high winds.
So I normally do like the northeast corner or like Florida, down south or something like that.
A trucker decides he's done with cross-country trips. And a young cancer survivor sharing a special bond.
Thank you. I just want to tell him thank you.
With the greatest quarterback of all time. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Zitlali Solache.
And I'm Danelle Duke, and today is Wednesday, October 27, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Three Miramar High teenagers accused of murdering a classmate will be charged as adults. They are Christine Parson, Jaslyn Smith, and Andre Clements. The announcement coming from the Broward State Attorney's Office.
The murder suspects are between 16 and 17 years old. Prosecutors plan to charge them in the death of 18-year-old Dwight Grant. He was honored last night with a candlelight vigil near Pembroke Road and University Drive. It was just steps away from where his body was found, days after he died in a sword and knife attack.
Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz is behind bars this morning after appearing in a Broward courtroom. His court appearance yesterday comes nearly a week after he pleaded guilty to 17 counts of first-degree murder and 17 counts of attempted first-degree murder back in 2018. His defense team has filed several motions seeking to suppress evidence related to a search warrant at home where Cruz once stayed and another home.
The investigation into a job site death in North Miami stretching into its third day, and the traffic tie-ups in the only road out for 4 different schools, including FIU's Biscayne Bay campus. On Monday afternoon, North Miami police officers responded to a construction accident that happened near the entrance of FIU's Biscayne Bay campus. Police say heavy equipment fell on 2 men as they were working on the roadway, killing 1 victim and injuring another. Although this tragic incident occurred on Monday, traffic is expected to remain congested throughout this week, causing significant delays for those traveling on Northeast 151st Street and Solomia Way. FIU advised students and faculty that the incident was not related to the FIU community. However, the traffic delays impacted those exiting the campus of FIU and surrounding schools.
The impact that caused on our traffic, in particular the outbound traffic, was quite substantial. So we know, and we've received reports where individuals were stuck in traffic trying to exit the campus upward of an hour and 45 minutes at the peak, I think, of the traffic jam going out.
North Miami Police and OSHA are working to investigate the incident, putting a halt to the construction and possibly extending these delays.
We have a plan with both police departments that we're going to be able to get traffic out and keep it flowing so that we don't get caught in the same logjam. So we anticipate that to be in play, impacting us for the remainder of the week, and we will revisit where we are every single day to see if there's any need to continue the kind of police presence that we have there.
The traffic jam coming as a surprise to many students trying to get home from class.
I did see some police presence, more than average, right? Some police were in front of the sign to get into the campus, telling people to stay on the right lane if they're leaving the building. It took me like about 45 minutes to get onto Biscayne Boulevard. And as a high school student, a senior, who has his college applications all due this upcoming Monday, I had a lot of stuff to do. So sitting in that traffic, it's pretty stressful.
FIU plans to monitor the situation and provide daily updates to students and staff. We've learned that the worker who was tragically killed was Gabriel Alvarez, a husband and father who was awaiting the birth of his first son. Our prayers go out to the Alvarez family.
During a routine traffic stop on Monday, Flagler County deputies found an explosive surprise. After a deputy pulled over 65-year-old Louis Branson for an expired tag and suspended license, he found a live grenade. A bomb squad unit took the device to another location and detonated it. Branson said he discovered the grenade after cleaning a veteran's home.
A trucker who usually drives in Florida experiencing extreme weather and faced extreme wind gusts out west. He was one of 4 semis that had their trailers toppled over due to heavy winds. Charles Sanders has been driving for 15 years, and this accident to the West Coast may have been his last.
I never dealt with this stuff. This is my first time coming out west. So I normally do like the northeast corner or like Florida, down south or something like that. I took this load on purpose to see how it is, for the winter.
The driver sustained minor injuries and most of their cargo were barely impacted. The Utah Department of Transportation is warning high-profile vehicles with tight, low tows to drive with caution.
The FDA's vaccine advisors are recommending Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for 5 to 11-year-olds. The Food and Drug Administration's vaccine advisors are recommending Pfizer's COVID-19 for these age groups. Tuesday's vote was 17-0 with one absentation. The last word comes from the CDC Director Rochelle Walensky. As she gives the nod, vaccines for children could start a few days later.
The first game of the World Series is one for the books.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
Thank you. I just want to tell him thank you. It just helped our family so much.
That's Tom Brady's biggest fan. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our fellow Americans.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans.
And soon, they will be available to everyone.
The science is clear. These vaccines will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
They could save your life.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
That's the first step to ending the pandemic and moving our country forward. It's up to you.
A small child who is a brain cancer survivor shares a moment with his favorite NFL player.
Tom Brady made history this past weekend by being the first ever to pass 600 touchdowns. And this special day moved one young fan.
The game in which Tom Brady became the first quarterback to pass for 600 touchdowns was historic, but it meant the world to one young fan. It all started when 9-year-old Noah Reed was diagnosed with a brain tumor back in February. Weeks later, Noah was moved by a special video sent by Tom Brady himself.
Out of the blue one day, it came at a very pivotal moment. Noah was having a really tough time, and they were sitting in the driveway in the car, kind of talking it through, and boom, this message hit. And Jackie opened the phone and looked, and there was Tom with a very personalized, very sweet message for Noah.
Quarterback Brady's words of encouragement kept Noah going throughout his treatment and helped him make his way to recovery.
There were moments, really difficult, dark times when Noah just needed football, and especially to watch Tom. And what we noticed is that would just elevate him, just lift his spirits. He said he was thinking about him, was praying for him, and he knew it would be okay.
Noah was present on Sunday's historic game and sat on the bleachers with a sign that read, "Tom Brady helped me beat brain cancer." That's when quarterback Tom Brady approached him.
I was in so much shock. It was crazy. Like, it was just mixed emotions.
The two shared a touching moment, and then Brady gave Noah a special gift, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Crucial Catch Cap.
I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful that we were able to make that happen.
The little boy so excited. He's crying. He got to meet Tom Brady. That's awesome.
Noah and his father took several photographs from the warm gesture. In a press conference after the game, Brady shared that the NFL will always try to make a difference in different positive ways.
The Atlanta Braves proving that they are road warriors in Game 1 of the 2021 World Series. Despite the game being in Houston, the Braves outscored the hometown Astros 6-2. Atlanta is now up 1-0. Game 2 is tonight in Houston.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Zitlali Solache.
And I'm Danelle Duke. And get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.